Bienvenidos a Destiny. I'm glad that you're here with us today. Please keep watching. We have some announcements for you.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brian Hart. Pastor Lawrence and I recently had a meeting to discuss a few things, and one of the topics we discussed was tithing. I shared my personal experience with him, and I'd like to share it with you all. Back before my wife and I were married, while we were dating and getting serious, we attended the same church. Her and I had a discussion at that time about tithing, and we had decided that we were going to give 10% of our paychecks. It was a huge decision for us at the time, but it was one we wanted to make. We wanted to be biblically aligned in the principle of tithing and start our lives out correctly. So we did. Every payday we tithed, and the blessings that came from that were amazing. The work that the Lord did in our lives was unbelievable. For example, we got new jobs. Both Lori and I received new jobs that we worked that were going to provide more money, better benefits, and a better start to our life. We started receiving money in odd ways, what I call odd ways. I knew they were godly ways. I received a refund check, a large refund check from OG&E one time, and didn't know what it was for. It was for an account that I had years earlier for a deposit I had put down. I received a second final paycheck from the company I left to take the new job that God had provided. I even called them and said, hey, I think you've made a mistake here. I already received my final paycheck. The lady, said, give me a moment, I'll be right back. She came back on the phone and said, you're absolutely right. I did give you a final paycheck, but my books are balanced, so Merry Christmas, enjoy. I thought that was a huge blessing at the time. So during this meeting Pastor Lawrence and I had, he asked me point blank, how's your giving? I basically had to look him in the eyes and tell him, I need to do better. So Lori and I have talked it over, and we have decided to set up a recurring payment through the Destiny app earmarked for tithe. The conversation with Pastor Lawrence was kind of the friendly shot in the arm that I needed to jumpstart, get back on track, and do the right thing. So I want to do that for you. I want to ask you, how's your giving? How are you doing in the arena of tithe? Let me be your friendly shot in the arm. I can tell you from personal experiences, God will do what he says he will do. Test him on that and see what happens.
No.
Huh?
Well, over to the left.
Okay.
Need a photographer? Yeah, sure.
Thanks. Thanks.
So where'd you guys go off to all dressed up this morning?
Oh, church, Easter services.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. What did your pastor preach about this morning at this church service?
I'm sorry?
What was the sermon about?
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-huh.
You know, how he conquered death, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, and he gave us, life
Uh-huh.
abundantly.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, you didn't think my wife and I need to hear about that this morning? That wasn't on your radar? No? Say cheese!